Thanks, Burley. It's wonderful to see all of you all here. So good evening and good morning and whichever time zone you are. So everything good. Wish you very, very, very happy New Year and everything good in this year. I was really thinking now we need to start this new year with a bang, and the sip also has to be really with that little bit of spice, and it has to be a great sip. And I was looking out, what is very relevant to all of you, keeping in mind things that are happening around you. And just a week ago, unfortunately, my mother had a fall. She's 75, and she had a very trivial fall. And the next thing we knew, she had a fracture of a shoulder bone and a hip bone, and she can't move now. We're trying to fix it and medicate, but she's immobile, and take around 4 to 6 weeks to get things back to normal. So I thought, what is relevant and to her and is relevant to us would also be relevant to you. So I thought I should speak a little bit about osteoporosis. As the word suggests, osteoporosis is when the bone, osteo is to do with the bone, and the bone gets a little porous. And so the bone gets weak. Now, this is a silent disease. Many of you may be having osteoporosis, but you do not know you're having osteoporosis because it's a silent disease. Only when you end up having a small fall, something just hits you somewhere, and the next thing or you just twist your ankle sometimes, and you end up with a fracture of the hip or fracture of the spine or fracture of the wrist. And this changes everything. It changes everything because it gives you pain, all right. It affects your mobility, but more than anything else, it affects your independence. And that's where things go wrong. You don't want anything at this age that affects your independence. And therefore, the best thing to do is to try to prevent the problems of osteoporosis. So what you need to know first is who is at risk of osteoporosis, who can develop osteoporosis. There are some people who are at higher risk of developing osteoporosis. Is it more common in males or more common in females? Any answers from anybody?
Female.
Females. Osteoporosis
yes.
is more common in females. In fact, 1 out of 5 women above the age of 50 would have osteoporosis. As compared to male, 1 out of 20 males above the age of 50 would have osteoporosis. So it's much more common in females. You can also end up having a problem with calcium, especially during pregnancy, because the bones have to form inside the baby. So all your calcium will go there. And there's a possibility that you may end up having deficiency during pregnancy. And therefore, every pregnant woman is given calcium supplements. And the same thing, it manifests much later on as we grow older. So that collection of that deficit of calcium is seen much later on. So females are more likely to have it. If you have family history of somebody having osteoporosis, fractures after the age of 50, if you had a fracture after the age of 50 for no major accident, then you need to be suspicious of the possibility that there could be osteoporosis there. If there is poor diet, people who are having a vegan diet, I'm not saying vegan diet is bad, but people who are following a vegan diet don't even have milk. They don't have any animal products. So milk is a very good source of calcium. And so they are likely to have osteoporosis. People who are lactose intolerant, so they don't have milk, they cannot digest milk. And so they will avoid milk, and therefore they are more likely to have osteoporosis. People who are not having a balanced diet could end up with osteoporosis. People with low physical activity, it's important to have good activity to increase the bone density. So therefore, we always tell people to be active, do some kind of resistance exercises that helps you. People who are smoking a lot, heavy smokers, heavy drinkers, more likely to be osteoporotic. People who have hormonal problems, people who are on certain drugs like steroids can cause osteoporosis. People have taken steroids for a long period of time. You're treating that cause, you're just thinking of that disease that you have, but you forget the other problems that can come by taking medications over a long period of time. Osteoporosis is one of them. Hormonal imbalance, I told you, if there is some thyroid problem, sometimes testosterone deficit, all these can cause osteoporosis. So you have to be aware of that. What you need to do, make sure that you eat well and you have a food that is balanced, rich in calcium. So milk products, yogurt, cheese, all these have rich amount of calcium. Green leafy vegetables, darker the greens, the more amount of calcium it has. So something like broccoli, which is dark green, it will have more amount of calcium. So that is a richer source of calcium. Fish is a rich source of calcium, especially the fish that you can eat the bones, fish with soft bones that you can eat. For example, sardines, if you can eat the bones, this will give you a more amount of calcium. Grains, fortified food. Now, food items are also fortified with calcium. So that's a good source for calcium. So besides eating, you also need to exercise and stay active and do resistance training. So if you do resistance training, for example, what Babita tells you, yoga, you strengthen your muscles because of that. You improve your posture. You decreases the chances of having a fall. You strengthen your bones as well as a result of this exercise. So exercise is very good. Even those people who are osteoporotic, sometimes they feel we should not exercise. I'm not telling you go and do some high jump or long jump, but exercise, because if you do not exercise, you're worsening the condition. If you exercise, there will be more bone density will increase and your bones will get stronger, your muscles will get stronger, and the chances of developing a fracture is less. You need to avoid smoking if you're smoking. You need to avoid a high amount of alcohol in case you're drinking too much. If you keep that in mind, calcium supplements are useful. So around 1,000 milligrams of calcium per day would be something that you need to take depending on the strength of the calcium. 1 or 2 tablets per day is something that would be advisable. So keep this in mind, keep osteoporosis away, prevent a fall. I'll be speaking in the next session on how you can prevent a fall, but keep osteoporosis away and you'll be fine. So that's the sip for the day.